Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Hello, I'm Adaeze Feyisayo, and you are welcome to Connecther's Ingredients Spotlight Saturday. And our first episode, we're gonna be answering a very important question. So, you're here today because you want to find out how can you refine your skincare routine with Connecther products. It depends on your skin health goals. What are your skin health goals, not just for 2026, but for the rest of your life? Do you know what I mean? I thought there's no better way to start off Ingredients Spotlight Saturday than to talk about Connecther's definition of natural. We are, after all, offering natural holistic skincare that are formulated with herbal medicine skincare formulation standards and practices that stands us out. And our Connecther cosmetic philosophy is based off of a very interesting synergy wherein we're formulating products for you that are going to not only support your skin health and skin healing, but also support emotional balance and hormonal balance. Let's get right into what is Connecther's definition of natural. So we define natural ingredients that we work with. We use the Formula Botanic's definition of natural because natural is very broad terminology in cosmetology and also in skincare formulation. But we love Formula Botanics that breaks down the definition into 4 aspects. So the first thing is purely natural, where we are, like I said, our formulations are based off herbal medicine skincare formulation practices. So purely natural ingredients. These refers to ingredients that are derived straight from nature and they only undergo a physical process. So they are processed physically. And this is, I'm going to list certain Connecther ingredients. I have my notes here. As usual, you know how we do this. So basically, the physical processing that the purely natural ingredients go through does not change the chemical structure of the plants. So that means that the botanicals are preserved and extracted through this physical process. Now, Connecther uses 3 ranges. I like to call them like 3 categories of products under this purely natural. The first one is things like camwood, which you will see in the best seller anti-aging body wash. Camwood, we have turmeric, we have shea butter, we have sea salt, we have honey, and these are ingredients, purely natural ingredients you'll see in our products. We also have cold or hot pressed oils. So either a cold press method or hot press method. These are physical processes or ways of physically processing purely natural products to extract, like I said, the nutrients in them for use, right? So we have things like the cold and hot press, either coconut oil and then also castor oil you'll see in our formulation. And of course you would see essential oils, form a major part of our healing nutrient dense formula that you all love so much. And yes, they do fall under purely natural. So essential oils that we use: bergamot essential oils, we use cloves essential oils, we use frankincense essential oil, a very key essential oil for us in our skincare, which achieves the stress relief experience that all of our users and clients and customers love so much. And for emotional balance, we also have, which bergamot also does, by the way, we have tea tree, which is the gold for treating a lot of like skin related issues and promoting skin clarity, also with cloves. And we have eucalyptus. So these are like the base essential oils that form the ingredients, purely natural ingredients. You will see we have over 12 other essential oils which are in our nourishing body oil. This is the 125 ml size. Other sizes are sold out. I will be restocking soon, so thank you very much. Okay, all right, so that basically covers the 3 categories: the cold hot pressed oils, the essential oils, and then other ingredients, other botanicals on the purely natural, the ingredients that we use. That is true. I didn't even introduce myself. Hi, I'm Adaeze Feyisayo. I'm a lawyer and a reproductive naturopathic wellness consultant. I'm also a skin health consultant and a skincare formulator, the CEO of Connecther International Limited, that produces and packages Connecther Cosmetics and Connecther Teas, other reproductive health, reproductive rights, reproductive justice services and advice. We run connecther.substack.com, which is Connecther to healing our health intelligence archival that bridges, reproductive health, skin health, emotional health, gut health, hormonal health, beauty, and so much more. So if you're not subscribed to connecther.substack.com, go and subscribe right now so you don't miss any and all of the incredible health and wellness advice and discounts, product announcements, things, many interesting, incredible things like that, and how it all actually relates to your creativity. So you want to have a life of beauty, creativity, ease, and you want to build wealth. You have to lock down not just your reproductive health, but your beauty, your skin health, and things like that. All right, and how the skin just eats it up. What are your skin health goals, not just for 2026, but for the rest of your life? Hello, I'm Adaeze Feyisayo, and you are welcome to Connecther's Ingredients Spotlight Saturday. The third class of natural, what we define as natural, is also nature identical. This is interesting. This is where like the chemist in me comes out. Okay, yeah. So we have nature identical. Nature identical is basically talking about certain ingredients that are created in the lab. I know, right? They're created in the lab and they're chemically identical to their natural counterparts. So remember how when we talked about purely natural, I listed certain ingredients. The ingredients that are created in the lab and they mimic or their chemical structure, that means they're looking at their botanical structure. Now we're looking at the nutrients that they carry and how they look, are very similar to their natural counterparts. As I mentioned, there are certain ingredients under purely natural. For example, like bergamot, that's highly rich in vitamin C. So we'll see that if you check your hydrating lotion, you will see, yes, you will see citric acid. Citric acid will now become the chemically formulated identical to its natural counterpart. It has all the vitamin C structures. It would work on the skin and work the way the vitamin C rich bergamot would work if you were using the anti-aging body wash. It would serve the same vitamin C role, which is why I always say the C in Connecther is for vitamin C. We can all agree at this moment, at this time, right? So we see citric acid is one of those nature identical ingredients we use. We also use castor oil, which is now the nature identical version of castor oil. This is different from the purely natural castor oil that I mentioned earlier. There are other ingredients on the nature identical like beeswax and cetral alcohol, which you would see in, for example, our face cleanser. Yes. Vitamin E oil, which many of the ingredients like cloves, like bergamot, camwood, turmeric, shea butter, these ingredients have vitamin E also, right? So this is why the healing nutrient dense formula from Connecther is so effective. You're getting skin clarity that not only comes when you're using the products, but even weeks after when you stop the products, you're still glowing, you still have that skin clarity, even if you break out your skin literally just because of how highly nutritious and nutrient dense our ingredients in the formulation are, and boost new cell production, strengthen your fibroblasts, boost collagen production, strengthen your elastin in your skin, and also promote skin tissue hydration, right? So that is just why it works. Are you satisfied with your natural products or your natural skincare coming straight from nature only, or are you comfortable with it having a degree of processing done? You are welcome to Connecther's Ingredients Spotlight Saturday to find out how can you refine your skincare routine with Connecther products. I'm Adaeze Feyisayo, and the next set or category of what we call natural is our naturally derived. So what does this mean? This means that these are ingredients harvested from nature, but they undergo a degree of chemical processing. So the first class, purely natural, only goes through physical processing, but for the second class, which is naturally derived, they go through a degree of chemical processing for a couple of reasons. Number one is because usually these are ingredients that are functional ingredients. They are in our products and our formulations to serve a particular function, maybe to stabilize or to serve as an emulsifier. An emulsifier is something you put in a product that is going to change oil and water, mix them together to create a lotion. So that is something that is naturally derived. That Connecther and also has certain ingredients in our formulations that fall under this particular class. The classic one is the emulsifying wax. If you take your anti-aging hydrating lotion right at this moment and you check your sticker, you would see it's written there, emulsifying wax, either the sunscreen lotion or the classic hydrating lotion. You would see it written there. Another one is glycerin, which features in a couple of our products actually, which then brings me to another question. Are you satisfied with your natural products or your natural skincare coming straight from nature only, or are you comfortable with it having a degree of processing done? I have been doing DIY skincare formulations since my secondary school, almost low-key 2 decades. Wow, I've been through it all. The mold, the bacteria, the breakouts, absolutely not. For us here at Connecther, what truly makes it natural holistic skincare is your health is not being endangered with what we're formulating. So we are comfortable with a definition of natural that involves all of these, both purely natural, nature identical, naturally derived, and organic products that go through certain degrees of processing of the ingredients themselves before we then further process them and put them into our healing nutrient dense formulation. So if you're not subscribed to connecther.substack.com, our health intelligence archival that bridges reproductive health, skin health, emotional health, gut health, hormonal health, beauty, and so much more. Go and subscribe right now. So we don't want to be beautiful, but then we're dealing with cosmetic related health issues. And you are welcome to Connecther's Ingredient Spotlight Saturday. We're formulating products for you that are going to not only support your skin health and skin healing, but also support emotional balance and hormonal balance. It's a very interesting synergy. All right, and now let's get to organics. So usually when ingredients are called organics, it's more of like an agricultural terminology. It means that the way the ingredients are being grown at the farm, it has stuck to agricultural organic standards. We source ingredients from women farmer communities across Nigeria and convert our grown to organic standards like our camwood, like our shea butter, because of what we understand about the farmer communities that we purchase them from. For our nature identical or naturally derived ingredients, we source them from vendors. So we cannot vet that they are all grown to organic standards. So I just wanted to clear that up about like what is actually organics. Also note that Nigeria has adopted a cosmetics policy, regulatory policy, and one of the concerns we're finding is they found from research across Nigeria that many skincare products include lead, cardamom, mercury, nickel. These are endocrine disrupting chemicals, and they surpassed the international regulatory standards, exceeding by over even 40%, which is absolutely insane. So we don't want to be beautiful, but then we're dealing with cosmetic related health issues. We don't want to just be searching or trying to strive to a version of our skin or appearance while damaging our skin health. We don't want that, and we do not do that here at Connecther. Remember, our cosmetics philosophy is that we are supporting your skin health, your emotional and hormonal balance. So that is the philosophy behind what we do, the ingredients we pick to work with. Most ingredients serve these 3 functions in all of our formulations and in all of our products, which is why users talk about being at peace, feeling relaxed all day, being protected, their skin looking even better at the end of the day, just as how when they use their products in the morning. The formulation, the ingredients, they speak for themselves. They're intentionally picked and used in production. So thank you so much for investing in your skin health, the longevity of your skin, feeding it nutrients at no health risk by investing in Connecther and buying our products. I've been Adaeze Feyisayo and I've walked you through Connecther's definition of natural. All right, see you next Saturday.